This is the most important part of the whole 4-step. And it's not something that's in your big book, but it's something that I extrapolated from reading it over and over and reading other material. And in the book called Being in Nothingness, Jean-Paul Sartre does a whole chapter on time and what it is. And he comes to the conclusion that, and I say it often, time annihilates everything. Okay? So sometimes if I'm with Alec and Dylan in the car and we start to play songs and stuff, it'll bring back all the memories of my childhood and stuff. So we're stuck with memory, whether we like it or not. But once you're stuck with memory, you're stuck with memory. But the idea is, what type of story are you going to tell yourself about your history? Because you can't get rid of it. You can't live in the moment. Don't let anybody ever convince you that you can live in the moment. There's no such thing. It's dry current. It's always moving. So once you're in the moment, you're out of the moment. Okay? I'm not saying you're plagued by memory, because we do, like, I'm not thinking about my past when I'm doing this. I'm busy. I'm with you guys. I love you guys. I'm doing something I want. I'm exhilarated. I feel positive. I didn't start feeling positive. I'm already feeling better. But I'm just saying, you can't live in the moment. You know who live in the moment? Animals. And when Nietzsche wrote his book on the advantage and disadvantage of a history for living, it was maybe 40 pages. It was a pamphlet. Right? And he revolutionized the way everyone thinks. And that's why you have all these guys writing massive books on it and this and that and their scholarship. But Nietzsche just said, consider the herd grazing in front of you. Just consider the herd that's grazing in front of you. So you're looking at the cow, and there's a cow. It's got 14 stomachs or whatever it is. Takes a bite of grass, chews the grass, farts up a storm, eats more grass, looks around. That cow is perfectly in the moment. But we envy that. And then Nietzsche actually writes, and you go up to the cow and you say to the cow, "Cow, what's it like to live in the moment?" Well, the cow can't answer you, but he goes, the cow's eyes look back at you with that look, and they say, "I'd love to tell you, but the minute I go to tell you, I forget." Okay? And he's saying we resent the animal. We resent the cat that just sits there and licks its nuts all day. Right? Just waiting for its meal and some water, right? So we have a little resentment against time. But for us as alcoholics and drug addicts, we have to understand that this business of resentments is fatal. So we have to change the way we see our history. That's why it says our description of the alcoholic, the chapter to the agnostic, and our personal adventures maintain 3 pertinent ideas. So our description starts to change. Our stories disclose, in a general way, what we were like out of our minds sober. What happened? We had a spiritual awakening because our narrative changed, and we now see things differently. Right? And so what is it that we see when we're asleep, let's call it? Tony, go sit here, buddy. I'm like blocking you all the time. So what is it that we see? Well, the past is your resentments, okay? So it's selfish, dishonest, self-seeking, and frightened. So the past is resentments, the future is frightened. Okay, and here we are in the present. Watch this. So this is partially my resentment list, okay? So it's my ex, my mom, the garden variety ones. mom, dad, sister, guy I was in business with, and another guy I was in business with. Okay, so say I have deep resentments against them. Those are in my past. But are they? I'm thinking about them today. I think about them today. That's the problem. And so, resentments inform my present. I'm bringing all these people with me. Come on, guys. Half of them are dead. Come on, let's go. Just jump on my back. Have a good day, Steve. So now I'm living with all this craziness in my head for my resentments. So what's going to happen? I'm going to be scared of the future because it's all going to repeat itself. I'm going to go to jail. I'm going to do this. I'm going to be like my dad. I'm going to be a thief. I'm going to do whatever. My sister won't talk to me. I'm crazy out of my mind. It's all old shit that I'm juggling with today. So what do? I bring all this into my future, and then I say, I have general anxiety. Bullshit, you have general anxiety. You're full of fucking resentment, fear. You hate your own life. You don't have general anxiety. Get off the pills and face yourself. Bullshit, you have general anxiety. You're afraid of the future? Of course you're afraid of the future. Look what the fuck you're carrying. You got your whole past in your present. You're in your present. You're in the future. You can't help it. So you're frightened, full of fear. Fear. That's why you're frozen. You can't make a move. Can't pull the trigger with a girl that you really, really like. Because you had so many crazy relationships that are unreconciled, you don't even believe half the time that you've got an illness. So you're out of your mind. You are crazy. So now you're here in fear, right? What does everybody say to me? Well, my biggest problem is fear. I really have a lot of fear. So I'm really working on my fear because my fear really dominates my life. So I've been seeing someone about my fear, and thank God they gave me an antidepressant because I'm feeling much better about my fear. What's your fear? What's your fear? Your fear is your resentments. If it's not your resentments, it's because your archaeological tools are digging up shit you didn't even do from 30 years ago and you're making it part of your story. So if you're in the future and you're afraid, watch this though. Watch this shit. Oh my God. Now you're taking your fears and you're bringing them into the present. Nice. Nice. Now you got a pot. We're going to throw some self-pity in. Nobody appreciates me. After all I did for them, she took my money. My mother never supported me. My dad was a gangster. Too bad he died in 93, but I know it's only 2025, so let's put it in the pot. But I'm not moving. I'm not building my life. I'm not progressing. So what happens? Now I got so now the fear makes me more resentful because I'm an unactualized, angry psychopath running around trying to get sober with my teeth are being, I like being sober, it's good. I go to a meeting, I get a little bit of relief, I leave the meeting, I gotta go home with myself. So what am I gonna do? Time annihilates everything. So what do? Well, first of all, you have to understand that you can't stop this bouncing on your own. Okay? You can't. You cannot stop the bouncing on your own. It's impossible. So a couple of things that you do is you go back to the state of surrender that you need to do that fourth step. You go, okay. Wow, it's a big job resenting and being in fear. and all this crap. I just, you know what I mean? I'm done. I'm done trying to run my own life. You have to be. That's Mildred's line, by the way. Okay? Mildred's line is, I'm done running my own life. It's a great line. And so what you do is you just do the 4-step. And you start looking at his lies that you're telling yourself. Because eventually that'll take you back out. You know it and I know it. We've all gone back out because of it. Everyone here's gone back out because of that shit. Right? So now what you do is you go and see your sponsor, which we're going to talk about tomorrow. Because imagine this. Let me just finish with this today. Imagine you're sober and you got all that stuff going on inside of you. Lots of stuff, right? There's tons of stuff in there to harvest. He said that today. Remember we were watching that video? Yeah. He goes, you're harvesting shit from 30 years ago that didn't even exist. Right? Once you start with the narrative production. So, what do we have to do? Sober. We have to do this. More than most people, the alcoholic leads a double life. That's why we need a sponsor. Okay? Because it's going to help us get out of that shit. We don't have anything to prove to anyone anymore. We're done. We put all our stuff on paper and we're done. He is very much the actor. Refer to page 60, what he's already told you. To the outer world, he presents the stage character. Everything's good. Everything's good. I'm sober 90 days now. Everything's good. I'm going to be taking a service position. I'm going to be a greeter. And, if you need any help, let me know. Okay, great. This is the one he likes his fellows to see. He wants to enjoy a certain reputation, but knows in his heart he doesn't deserve it. How can he deserve it if he's got all this stuff going around in his head? We can't see the miracle. So that's why I encourage you. If you're afraid to put some stuff down on paper in 4, you're not ready yet, go back to 3 and surrender again. If you're really not in a surrendered state, you're not sure where that might work for you, go back to 2. And if 2 doesn't work for you, I'll take you through step 1 again. There's no rush. But you're cornered. You're cornered. You can't get out. Then the stuff that I've told you about steps 1, steps 2, step 3, 4, and 5. I don't care who you are, you're cornered. You're busted. And that's what he wanted to do with the book, is bust you, so that you don't go out and kill yourself. Serenity prayer. God, grant the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Next week.